What's up, guys? We have another busy day today, but you know what? I'm excited for it. So, if you guys haven't watched yesterday's video, pull the M50 out of the BMW. Ugh. So we have this whole thing going on. We're putting the M52 in there with the supercharger for some reasons that I stated in the last video. So if you want to know why, watch yesterday's video. But today we'll be working on this swap and we'll be working on the 240 kind of. So all my like refresh parts for the M52 come in today, later like around like 6ish. So we're gonna be ripping that apart, doing a bunch of small gaskets and stuff like that, getting that ready, fresh to drop back in the E36. As far as the S13 goes, I have a drift event on Friday and I need to get my tires mounted. So we're gonna take the rear tires off the 240. And then I have my Rezacs that I usually run on BMW because I haven't ordered more drift spares for this car that we're gonna throw tires on too, so I could drift with them on Friday. Take them off, get them in the car. We're gonna head all the way up to South Windsor to visit Bobby G at his garage because he ordered me the tires. We're gonna throw them on, come back, and then get to work. So, now it's very apparent that I have way too much camber because look at that wear. This is somewhat good news because that means I can still pull more camber out, which means I'll get more of a contact patch, which means I'll have more grip, and more grip is good. So we'll fix that later. How you doing, Bobby?
I'm good, how are you?
Pretty good. We're at Bobby G's garage. This is his family's garage where he works and makes his monies to build gorgeous cars like this. God damn. So Bobby G is the tire plug. If you guys need any tire, buying, mounting, stretching, come here to, I always forget, is this Windsor or South Windsor?
Windsor Locks.
Windsor Locks, see? Bobby G's old-fashioned garage. Got the freshies on and we're all set for Friday. Couldn't be happier. If anyone is in that area, the Windsor Lock area, go check out Bobby G's shop. They'll put on stretch tires, which like not a lot of garages will do. They'll balance them out for you and everything, and go get yourself some gas and tell Bobby G I said hi. So there it is. Let's get back to the shop and get back to work. Nice. All right, guys, since we're gonna be working on M52 today, I figured it's about that time we give it a nice wash. Now, I have power washed it before quickly and it didn't clean up too much, but this motor is absolutely disgusting. We wanna get this thing nice and clean before we take it apart. We're just gonna hit it with some degreaser, spray it off, and hopefully that'll do the trick. This stuff does not wanna come off easy. I think this is the best we're gonna get it without really scrubbing it down. I really should buy a steam washer. That's what I should do. I mean, it's a lot better than it was before. It's not perfect, but whatever. What's up, RJ?
Figured I'd bring you some more piggies since you're probably making a mess with that engine.
That would've been so nice yesterday.
Sorry.
It's okay. Thank you so much, RJ. These are pig nets. They absorb a crap ton of liquid, which is really nice when you're swapping an engine.
Or when you want to go to the bathroom but not leave your bed.
It looks a decent amount cleaner. Still some crusty ass aluminum, but I'll take it.
Looks like poop.
Yeah, it does.
You suck.
Put the picture of Rambo.
So the clutch fan, you have to take it off, and it's a pain in the ass with that lockout.
Hopefully it comes off, even with the no belt on this thing.
They're supposed to go like this. There you go.
What? On this?
Yeah.
Really? I've never done that.
Oh.
I've had this thing for years.
Did you read the instructions first?
Never read the instructions.
Huh? This tool is amazing. Watch your toes. There you go. So, clutch fan.
Adios!
I got a new water pump for it, so we can take this pulley off, take the water pump off, and then replace it. Easy as that.
Zip, zap, bada, bing, boom. Done.
All right, So my buddy works at SCP Euro down in Milford, and they're like a OEM parts distributor for like Mercedes, Volkswagen, Volvo, BMWs, all that good stuff. And everything they get is either that day or next day, which is like pretty freaking sick. Well, at least being in Connecticut. All their stuff is lifetime warranty, which is like sick. So of course, I ordered everything through them. So this is the big parts list I put together like literally last night of everything I need for the BMW, and I think this is it. We're not going crazy. I'm not doing head gasket and studs like I probably should. I'm making 6 pounds, not a big deal. So this is more like a refresh. This is stuff I don't want to do in the car. We have the dumb stuff like oil filter housing gasket, intake gaskets, remain seal, valve cover gasket, oil pan gasket, motor mounts, thermostat, idler pulley belt, more exhaust gaskets, thermostat housing, and yeah, that's, what the hell is this? Oh, that's my water pump. Okay, so this is everything we need. I couldn't really think of anything else at the meantime besides, you know, replacing like random hoses and stuff like that, but I think we should be all set. Hopefully, we'll find out. So I guess let's start taking this big thing apart. All right, guys, so the first thing we're gonna be doing is replacing the oil pan gasket. Now, E36s and BMWs in general are known to have some pretty bad oil leaks, and I don't want leaky oil. We're gonna be replacing the oil pan gasket because you cannot do this in the car, well, easily. So I gotta drop the oil pan, and it looks like there is an ass ton of bolts holding it together, so let's just get it done. Guys, now we have no oil pan on. I took the time to razor blade off the surface, get all the old gasket off. It looks pretty good underneath. I cleaned it up just a little bit. The oil pan was pretty nasty, but I'm gonna get all that old sludge out of there just, you know, for a peace of mind. So why not while it's out? So I'm gonna get some more brake cleaner, come back, and we're gonna stick it back together. So OEM is just a metal gasket with like this little rubber seal around the edge. So it should be good without RTV, but I'm gonna put a small layer of RTV on both sides just because I wanna be a butthurt and I wanna know that it is done and it's gonna seal and there'll be no issues, because this would suck, absolutely suck to do in the car. Got the oil resistant RTV that I just put a thin layer on the whole thing, just spread it out just as insurance. I shouldn't need it, but it's a peace of mind, I guess. I seated all the bolts. I let the RTV cure for a couple minutes, and then we torqued them all down. Now, it's very important you torque this to spec, because if you over tighten it, the gasket might actually seal poorly, because it might kind of like push it out in areas. And so you want to evenly put 15 torque pounds. I guess that's usually the torque spec. Some guys use Loctite, which I think is crazy, but whatever. And of course, just kind of jump around. Don't just walk it around, or else the gasket might get seated weird. But so next is our valve cover gasket. So this will be pretty easy. Just unbolt all these freaking coil packs, the harness, and then you get it. So let's jump to it. I think this, oh, there we go. Woo-wee. This actually looks extremely clean. I'm really happy about this. It looks beautiful in here. Before I looked underneath the oil cap, like right here, and it's like super sludgy. So I was kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, I was like I was really nervous about it, but not bad at all. So luckily, these are rubber gaskets, which is nice and easy. We don't have to use any RTV. We just kind of click it into the seam and we should be all set. Some guys like to dip these in oil before they put them in. They think it seals better. I think I will be fine. I don't really feel the need to put, I might put oil on the lip that seats against here, but we should be all set. So I'm just gonna, I don't have a tripod, so we're just gonna do this. Beautiful. So all we have to do is just drop it on and torque it to spec. We're all set. Now I'm super curious to see how bad these spark plugs are. Well, I mean, I'm hoping they're good, because that means the previous owner kept up on it, but oh, it's not bad at all. It's very average. That's good. Good news. Some are actually pretty clean. I guess cylinder 2 was running a little bit more rich than the rest of them. Nice. But all right, got new plugs for it. We're gonna gap them up a little bit differently because it's getting supercharged. We're gonna close the gap just a little bit. We should be all set. I don't know what factory gap on the spark plugs is, but people have been saying like a 0.023, a 0.024 inches, that is actually a pretty good gapping for them. So we're just gonna gap these plugs up and throw them in. And there it is. All right, so we're all set, guys. That's it. Wasn't hard, just a little time consuming. Time to move on to the next piece. What do we do? When you don't have an extra hand because you're filming. Hey. Here it is. Here's our water pump. This thing's so puny. Oh, I saw that coming. God damn it. These engines hold so much fluid. Oh. What the hell happened there? Oh, there it is. See, the thermostat itself looks pretty new. The gasket, however, looks like it's been there for 30 years. Just like any other gasket replacement, we gotta take this surface and clean it the hell up. As of right now, it's pretty filthy. I mean, years of sitting with fluids don't really do good for surfaces, so we're gonna get some like 200 grit sandpaper, like 220 grit, sand this whole surface out, and then put the new stuff in. Now that's the best they're getting, but I'm pretty happy with it, so let's get to the new parts. So we have the new water pump, and what's nice about this is if you see the propeller, the other one was like a sheet metal. This is kind of like a cast piece, way thicker. Got the new thermostat, and I got the new housing with the gasket. I should just go just like that. Threw this on. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I didn't have the O-ring for the thermostat, so I used a lot of RTV. And I mean a lot, probably enough to kill a small animal, but it's on there, we're all set. I gotta clean this pulley up and then bolt this on, and that should be it for the stuff on there, and we can get on to the next part. Guys, so this is a big one that a lot of you subscribers actually suggested to me, and that is the oil filter housing gasket. Now, this whole thing is one piece. This bolts on the power steering pump, the alternator, and oil filter. This all sits against the block, and there's a gasket that goes from here to the block, and I guess it's known to go bad, and clearly this one went bad because this whole thing was covered with oil. So I guess we just got a crap ton of 13 mils, and it should just go out, hopefully. I'm expecting a lot of fluids. If this thing, there we go. All right, that's not as much as I thought. All right, so clearly this is the gasket that goes bad, and mine's pretty bad. I'm really happy I ordered that. Because BMW motors like Legos, I was wondering if I could run the M50 oil filter housing on my M52. Turns out you can, which is pretty sick. So what's nice about my M51 is, one, it has a metal cap instead of a plastic one like this. Also, my M51 looks brand new, and my M52 one looks like it was out of a swamp. So that's a plus. And I'll be able to use my M50 power steering pump on my M52, which means I don't ever have to disconnect from the chassis, which is pretty cool. So it's a win-win. The only thing that sucks about this is I have to remove it from that engine, which I never drain the oil on, so it's gonna be a mess. Bring on the mess. Oh, all right, not too bad. Now what's really cool is on the M52, this port is used for Vanos. This one's plugged, so it looks like BMW had something in mind for that. I still think it's super cool that even though this motor is pre-Vanos, it still comes with a port that they use for the Vanos oil drain, I guess it'd be. Got the fresh gasket, so this will no longer leak. Hopefully it fits. Doesn't fit that tight, that kind of concerns me. And look at that, M50 oil housing conversion. That's pretty cool. Really happy about that. Now, the only other gaskets I did get for the engine was exhaust manifold gaskets, exhaust gaskets, intake gasket, which I don't need anymore because mine already came with an M50 intake on it, which is sick. I do have to change the injectors though. I have higher pound, and I have like 24 pound injectors, which is larger than these, to count for the more air from the supercharger when we get the tune. And I got motor mounts, which we'll throw in on the subframe and then bolt the engine up in the car. And besides that, I gotta swap over all the supercharger stuff, but we should be all set. The M52 is now basically fully refreshed. I'm happy with the M52. I mean, there's more things we could do to it. We can clean it up more, we can get new bolts, we can do this, but honestly, I'm not making E36 be a show car. It's nice to have nice things, but I'm not gonna kill myself over it. It's been an ass ton of money just to make it look shiny. So happy how it is now. We got a lot done today, but we still have a lot more work to do. This is a whole different ballpark for me, and it's a really good learning experience, and like I said a million times, I'm really excited about it. But I have to give a huge shout out though to Jordan down at Arcade Tunes. He's been kind of giving me some confidence with the swap. Honestly, I'd feel a little lost without him because I've honestly been getting told to do 1,000 different things by BMW subscribers, that I need this, this, and this, and I was honestly getting a little maybe overwhelmed because it didn't seem like anyone had, like, it seemed like everyone was contradicting each other. He's definitely giving me some confidence in the swap, and he's helping me out, so I don't feel clueless. But Jordan, thank you very much if you're watching, and shout out to Arcade Tunes. But tomorrow we're gonna, like I said, I have to get my car prepped for the drift event on Friday, but I also want to get some work done on the BMW. I want to power wash the engine bay, get that ready for the engine. Gotta hopefully retrofit the supercharger stuff tomorrow, figure out the header situation, and then just go from there. So more work to go, but I hope you guys are enjoying the swap series so far, because I am. This is gonna be a cool ass motor. We're gonna have a fun ass time. So that's about it. I gotta call it a night. I'm exhausted. It's been a long day. So you guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content. I'll definitely see you guys tomorrow.